What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family without further ado. Let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
Caitlin Wishman, I'm 31 years old. I live in Lisbon, Portugal. I work as a digital marketing freelancer, and I make up to $12,000 per month.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's millennial money. We're back at it.
I try to work up to 20 hours per week. I do advertising, so I do Google ads, Facebook ads, and LinkedIn ads, which are just advertisements that I set up on those platforms. I usually work with between 5 to 10 clients at a time, and most of the time they're based either in Portugal or in the United States. In a typical month, I make about $7,000, but it can range from $2,400 to $12,000 per month.
That's good.
That is really good.
I grew up in Manhattan, Kansas.
I was going to say, especially working for herself, that's good money.
Yeah, I mean, and I want to say it because when you're an entrepreneur compared to a 9 to 5, that money varies in the entrepreneur field. It does go up and down, fluctuates. Until you get a raise on a 9 to 5, then you will see then you see more money. Or when you put in overtime, then you see more money. But it's a ceiling. You're gonna you know what you're making every time. The entrepreneur route is a lot difficult because it's you're in it one day, and then 1 month it's like flat. So 12,000 to 7.
Yes, in the beginning. But when you are a very serious entrepreneur, you know you can't have all your eggs in one basket. Okay?
Right.
And you got to continue to elevate, and you got to charge with your work.
Correct,
okay?
correct. So for her, it sounds like she just went deeper down the digital with the different clientele, being that she brings in like 10 to 15. I'm probably saying
12,000.
No.
She
No, the amount of people that she's working with, her clients.
Okay.
So she's working with like a lot of people in one day. So,
but 20 hours a week, that's good.
yeah, it is actually.
Probably a little more for me, but that's
Which is a small town 2 hours from Kansas City.
love it.
Every day going into my job, parking in the same spot, going to the same desk, I was just like, there has to be more to life than this. I think the tipping point for me wasn't necessarily Los Angeles, but it was just working a 9 to 5. When you're just working that much, it just wasn't enjoyable for me. So I was traveling every 1 to 3 months and working remotely. I was researching different places that I could see myself living long term. Because I had been years before to Madeira, I really liked Portugal. I looked at different cities. Lisbon checked most boxes.
Making a move. I think making a move is important because it goes to what I was just thinking. Oftentimes, people stick with something long term because they feel like they gotta just continuously fight through it. When in reality, sometimes all you really have to do is make a choice, make a decision, and change something about what you got going on so you can get better.
Right. And she wanted to travel.
And that was her change.
She said 3 months. I gotta wait 3 months to travel to get some PCO, baby. Listen. And then she doing the same thing she was doing at the 9 to 5. Digital marketing.
Yeah,
love
basically.
It.
One more time on her hands, though.
For the visa to move to Portugal, there are a couple different steps. I had to get fingerprinted, I had to open a bank account, I had to get a tax number, and I also needed to sign a lease. I first lived in a co-living space in Lisbon, and then my room got double booked, so I had to move out, and then I just subleased short-term rooms in different apartments. And I actually lived with a friend for a little bit while I looked for an apartment. And then once this one became available, I signed a 3-year lease, and I've been here ever since. I did not know any words in Portuguese before I moved here. I immediately took classes at a university. I was in a big class with Erasmus, like study abroad students. And I went to a private school for a while and took classes. And now I just do classes one-on-one with a teacher, and I feel like that's what's really helped me improve and what's made me a lot more confident in my speaking skills. I live here with a D7 visa. The visa gave me 4 months to come to Portugal, and then I applied for residency once I arrived here, and that gave me 2 years of residency, and then I renewed it, and that gave me another 3 years.
Straight like that.
A typical day will look like I wake up, make my coffee, start working. I like working from home in the mornings. And then in the afternoons, I'll usually go and meet some of my friends at a co-working space and work together with them. I have an app that I use that I can reserve that works with most of the co-working spaces in Lisbon. A lot of people are like, wow, you have so much free time, but I really fill those other hours with kind of like passion projects. I'll go and either do like a Portuguese lesson or I'll play paddle after I finish working. I don't just like sit around in the hours that I'm not like doing that type of work. So I feel like I do 40 hours of work towards myself. I think there's a couple different reasons why I love living in Lisbon. Obviously the weather here is great. I love the proximity to the beaches. I love the international communities here. You can meet friends from all over the world, which is really nice. And I think just in general, it's a really beautiful city. I enjoy walking like the streets here. Everyone that I've met here is like very healthy, very outdoorsy. People just want to live a very like active and fulfilled life. And I find that very inspiring. I have monthly bills such as like my utilities, gas, electricity, water, and it's definitely less than it was in the US. Definitely. I would say my storage expenses are just when I travel.
That's a lot for me. She living by herself. That's a lot.
Okay, when you say that, but $3 not that bad though.
It's not bad.
Compared to the US? Compared to where she is? Okay, let me see.
I'm sorry, that's a lot.
She paying $1,300 for rent
and utilities.
You know, sometimes they put eating out on there too.
Right.
So.
Okay, well, you know. Okay, phone bill, that's not bad. $50 phone bill, that's not bad. Okay,
$200 subscriptions.
Her student loans is low. Yeah. That's real good. I don't know.
See, when you break it down, it's not a lot. $15 phone bill. iPhone would never.
Would never.
And usually I'm traveling to see my boyfriend. My current monthly rent is 982 euros and my apartment is 50 meters squared. The rent in Lisbon, Portugal is very similar to Kansas City where I was living before. I would say it's a nicer area of Lisbon, but I think my rent is reasonable for this area. Everything that I go to, I just walk, so that makes it worth it to me. But I do have a monthly unlimited public transportation pass. Within Lisbon, it's 30 euros per month. It is hard to budget a freelance salary that fluctuates from month to month. I think now it's a lot easier for me because I make sure that my income reaches a certain level so that I know that I'm always meeting my basic needs. I would consider myself pretty good with money. I use a robo-advisor called Betterment, and I pay myself $3,000 a month. I came up with that because it was kind of like a reasonable salary to pay myself, and I eventually want to set myself up as an S-corp. Right now, I just have it set up as an LLC. I do have a retirement fund, I have a Roth IRA, and I make sure that I put in the correct amount into that every month as well.
Yes. Listen. We are in constant communication with small business owners, entrepreneurs, and we watch a lot of these videos of millennial money, right? This is one of the first time I've heard an entrepreneur on here have a 6-month emergency fund and her own retirement fund. Like if you're going to leave a 9-to-5, most 9-to-5s in today's time have all of these benefits that we're paying for, right? Healthcare, life insurance, Social Security, what is the other one? It's on the tip of my tongue. Retirement. Yeah, retirement. Be responsible. Take care of yourself so that you can take care of yourself when you retire. Okay? The entrepreneurial journey may sound good and fine and dandy right now. Set yourself up for success.
No, 100%.
Anything can happen.
When I moved to Lisbon, Portugal, my plan was to live here at least 5 years and then decide where I wanted to go after that. I've already been here 3.5 years, and at least at this point, I don't see myself moving anywhere else, at least outside of Portugal. I just really like it here. I wouldn't say I necessarily have big financial goals. At the end of the day, I want to be able to pay my bills. I would love to eventually buy a house in Portugal. I definitely would say that I enjoy my life better in Lisbon.
Love it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. We're gonna stop right there. Make sure you guys check her channel out. Yeah. I like the storyline. I think everything she's doing makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
For us, living in Spain, we are making less money, but our quality of life that we have here is so much more important than any dollar amount that you can add to my wallet. I'm Jessica Smith.
Hold on. Before we dive into that, we had did plenty of videos of what it's like to live abroad.
Right.
And we've heard all the benefits of living abroad.
We have.
So would you choose the quality lifestyle over a nice size bank account?
See, it depends because first of all, our country is so huge, right? You can have a different quality of life depending on where you live in.
We talk about that a lot. Yeah,
You know?
it's all different.
And secondly, it just depends on where because they did say that they took a pay cut. That's why I gotta draw the line at hold up. Gotta make it make sense now.
Facts.
Because sometimes they may move to a place where the money $20 could be a lot there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just depends on where it's at.
All right, let's see.
And I'm 35 years old.
And I'm Eric Smith, and I'm 37 years old. And we actually relocated from Kansas all the way to Spain back in 2021.
Okay.
And we live in Logroño, Spain with our 2.5-year-old son.
And also our 2 rescue dogs.
I took the whole family. That's a good amount.
When we first moved here, I was teaching English for the first 2 years. So I was getting €700 every month.
Do you want to give me flowers?
We knew we wanted to find a way to live in Spain long term, and we also knew that we needed to find other ways to eventually make money if we wanted to stay living in Spain. Jessica actually one day decided to start a TikTok account.
Looking for eggs at a grocery store in Spain?
Social media.
No need to look in the refrigerated section because they're right here at room temperature.
People seemed really interested in our lives abroad.
You do not have to worry about a buffet. You do not have to worry about getting an expensive bill at the end of it.
At that point, we never really considered it as a career.
We posted our, I guess now famous TikTok. I mean, why not Logroño? Not why Logroño, why not?
Basically, overnight, it goes completely viral, and we have all these people contacting us, all of these news outlets. We did a live interview in Spanish completely on national television in Spain.
We quickly realized that this is something that's valuable. Marketing in English for Spain and in Spain isn't as common. This is something that we realized that we could offer.
Self-employed content creators. Baby, the power of social media.
Facts.
That's why no matter how much people try to demonize social media, I'm always like, hold up now. Social media done changed my life.
Right.
Okay, so hold up.
With literally so many different categories that you can choose to watch from. Literally so many. So if you are on social media and you trying to figure out maybe something that you want to get more involved in, they have a category for that. I'm talking about millions of people are all in that one niche and they're killing it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
and
the power of it.
some people may say it's overrated. No.
Never.
Nah, it's never overrated. There's only one you.
Yeah, exactly.
If you know, you know. They're so good.
Look at that. Look how beautiful that is.
It's delicious.
We're still in the first year of really establishing our business. So right now we're making anywhere from $1,000 to about $4,000 a month, just depending on how many jobs we get, how many projects we're working on. So we live in Logroño, which is the capital of La Rioja, Spain. The city that we live in is very affordable compared to other big cities in Spain. So it's more affordable than Madrid, it's more affordable than Barcelona. Hello, welcome to our home here in Logroño, Spain.
Let's take a look.
We pay about $915 US
Three bedrooms.
For a 3
We
bedrooms.
have a big terrace that we absolutely love.
This is our terrace, our absolutely favorite part of the house. We love having dinner here almost every night.
Right now, we're spending around $600 a month on groceries. That's a lot.
That's a lot here, but I'm married to a chef, and we have to go to 6 different grocery stores to get the right seasoning, and we have to get the fresh bread, and it's like a other full-time job.
Should I get the cheap brand or the expensive brand? That's always the question, right?
You say you got to put on for Kansas.
And Logroño in particular, it's a very comfortable city for families. Everything is close. That's what I love the most. It's a very comfortable 15-minute city to live in that has a great quality of life. I love being able to walk everywhere. Depending upon the month for daycare for our son, we pay on average around $230 or $260 per month, and that is full-time daycare for us.
That's really good.
Baby,
Whew,
that's
look,
like a weekly payment over here.
I'm saying, new daycares out here is wild work, bro.
Man,
They're going to stretch you.
That's another mortgage payment.
They're going to stretch you.
For healthcare, we pay about $2,300 for the year, and that's for myself, Eric, and our son, and that covers dental and everything. We don't pay any deductibles or anything either.
That's good. I went back to school.
Yeah, the language. For the whole year?
Financially, what has changed and how we spend our money is in the United States, we lived our lives inside. So, you know, we had the big screen TV, you had your, what is it called, PlayStation.
Oh, man.
Where here, we found ourselves spending all of our time outside of the house.
Necesitamos 2 raciones de champis. Sí.
I mean, we come back in our house to rest, eat, sleep, but that's pretty much it. When we lived in the United States, we thought about money all the time. Where here, it's more like the benefits rather than the goal of money. I've really enjoyed that mental change.
Yeah, I like that. That does sound like a big stress reliever. We don't have to worry about where your money going to come from, how much hours you got to put in, or if you have to even go work overtime to get a bill paid, you know? So now that they're out here, it's definitely giving quality of life at its best.
Yes, it's giving stress-free.
Yeah.
Stress-free. And that's why I'm so excited about our abroad travels. To get a little glimpse of what that life is like.
Yeah.
You know?
I was a sous chef at a country club in Kansas, and I worked minimum probably 60 hours a week.
60 hours.
A country club.
You're not busy? What?
Shoot. Talk about busy.
I thought that was my dream, was to manage a business of this type. I was completely unfulfilled.
We owned our own house. We owned 2 cars. We both had careers and good jobs, and like we had all of these things. The only thing from your typical American dream that we're missing is having a family. After we had trouble starting a family
And then the pandemic.
that's when we decided we're going to look into moving to Spain.
And at that point, I needed a break so bad. I was like, sure, let's just act like we're 20 and let's move to Spain and it will be fine.
About 6 months into the process, we found out that we were pregnant. Surprise!
All of our family was like, oh, of course, you'll stay in Kansas then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody, you know, picks up their whole lives and then is also pregnant and then also doesn't speak the language. And we both look at each other and we're like, well, they have babies everywhere, right?
No. That's so cool.
The first 24 hours, we absolutely had a lot of doubts as
100%.
to whether or not we made the right decision.
100%.
We wouldn't trade this for the world. We love living here. We love our daily life. I would say the biggest thing that we just miss is we wish our families could be here with us. But for us, we don't at all regret our decision.
Spain is, in my opinion, one of the best places for kids because they can pretty much go everywhere. I mean, obviously we don't take him to like the discoteca. When we go dancing at 3 a.m, he does not come with us. But basically everywhere else, he comes with us. And for me, that's the most amazing part, is I can be a mother and also be myself. I don't have to like choose.
And in many ways, we are absolutely living our dream life right now. Spain is our home. Spain is where we want to be.
So yes, we finally made our dream come true of living in Spain.
That's good stuff, man.
That's beautiful.
Very nice story. Excuse me. Ooh. Dang, I almost choked on the word just then. I guess what I was finna say was that oftentimes whenever someone is leaving their state to go to a different country at that, you know, that's different. But just to go to a different location, family is like the main thing that they're concerned about, because their relationship, you know, slightly turns into a void where you don't get to hear or see that person as much, which sucks, because I truly believe just because a person leave, they shouldn't have to, you know, out of sight, out of mind shouldn't be a thing.
Right,
you should
right,
still,
right.
you know, benefit from the relationship as much as possible as if that person was still there, you know, so.
But thankfully, we have technology now.
Yeah.
You know, so you can stay in contact that way. But I know, like, for us, like, knowing that we have older grandparents and stuff, it's like we want to stick close, you know, because obviously they won't be able to travel to the places that we consider to move to if it came to that, you know, so that's always tough. I don't know, you just gotta really weigh your options.
Yeah, and if you guys been following us, y'all heard Sierra say this a lot when it comes to our grandparents. She definitely would love to have them closer, if anything. I mean, but other than that, it's like just being able to have technology, like you mentioned, and being able to still have phone calls, FaceTimes, and be able to have those one-on-ones is still important as well.
Yeah, so let us know about Spain, okay? Because it seems like it's a good place for families. What y'all do? What are some differences that y'all do there that we don't do here? We would love to dig deeper into that and more of the culture shocks and things.
Facts.
My quality of life here in Belgium has increased compared to living in the US. Having the free time to spend with my family, also the access to travel and to be able to experience different cultures and foods and things like that without having to break the bank. I'm Jessica Van
We likes
Jesus.
that.
I'm 45 years old and I live in Brussels, Belgium. I relocated from Washington, D.C. and I live with my husband and 7-year-old daughter. Cheers to Brussels, where you can have a glass of wine on a Monday afternoon and nobody will judge you. Bonjour. C'est possible 12, c'est plein air? Oui, oui. So one of my favorite things to do in Brussels is go to the markets. There's some cafes nearby, so I always like to either have a coffee, or if I'm feeling a bit festive, I might even have a glass of wine. I love being able to take in the city, being able to see these beautiful buildings, or you walk by the market and you see the flowers, or you see like beautifully presented food. It just really gets you in a better mood than like sitting in traffic and seeing people yell at each other or honking the horn and stuff like that.
Hold up, wait a minute. Can we give a shout out to all of our content creators? I don't know if it's just this show that they only, you know, document content creators who are living abroad, but I love seeing so many of our content creators really living abroad.
Yeah.
You know how much work it takes to just be a content creator and to be able to afford a living and then abroad.
Big time.
Comfortably.
So far what I realized is that every person that moves abroad on this platform, they learn the second language first.
Yeah.
Or either they learned it before, you know, hand in hand before they even made a decision. However that go, but they always speak the other native or the other tongue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The language that's native to the country.
Facts. I think that's a big flex.
It is.
It's a big flex.
I think I would be a little... I understand y'all, you know, the people want you to learn the language. I know. But I think I would move to a country that speaks English. Because...
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
I think I would practice there. But having to learn it here, it just takes dedication.
Yeah.
Commitment.
True that.
My functioning language here is French because I speak enough French, obviously, to get
French
by.
Yeah.
But my husband's functioning language here is Dutch. So what we try to do is like divide and conquer. Freshman. Overall, I feel more content living here. There's still parts of me that kind of like tug, you know, being away from my family. But overall, I feel more at ease living here in Europe. So now I'm really done.
Walking with groceries.
Walking.
Walking.
So it's been a few minutes. The onions are now translucent. For us, we don't have like a hard budget. A lot of the things are already included in my husband's package. So the car, insurance, things like that. So what we have left to pay is mortgage, electricity, internet, these kind of like basic things. Healthcare is provided by the government. My husband does have some supplements that he does pay from his employer to get some private hospitalization or something like that. But it doesn't mean that if we don't have a job, we're not going to be on the street or not be able to afford healthcare. Here, a copay is like 3-4 euros depending on what kind of treatment you're getting.
Wow.
So that's something that every family, regardless of their income status, gets here.
I like that.
My husband has a company car, so he doesn't have to pay gas or a car payment or insurance.
Oh, yeah, that's a good move right there.
I'm a food and travel content creator with Dining Travelers, so I use some of that food as business expenses, especially if I'm doing like a long form food video. I cook pretty much every day. I do have a soft spot for certain ingredients like fish and shellfish and things like that. So it all depends what my mood is. If I see a nice piece of tuna, I'm gonna buy it. Welcome to Chez Moi, to my house. And let's start the tour with my favorite place, the kitchen. We own a duplex in a building that has 3 apartments, like a condo, and we paid around $590,000. So this is my kitchen. In Europe, usually ovens are very tiny, but not the case with me because I love a big Thanksgiving turkey. So I actually got a full stove. No, because it's a mess. It's like a total mess. One of the challenges for us to buy our home here in Belgium is the fact that I'm a U.S. citizen and there is a law called FATCA, which is a law that forces basically European banks to have to report.
So that's what we talk about, y'all, when we say like buying boats. So I just want to get that real quick.
The fact that I'm a U.S. citizen and there is a law called...
This is what we talk about when we say buying boat. We would have all of this filled to the T where we know it's going to last for the time or the expiration is supposed to last for.
Yes.
No reason to run back and forth to go to the store and, try to get like some onion powder, Tony, whatever it is you may need. Yeah, you got to make sure them cabinets stay loaded up.
I do see people, they'll get like a little small little container of seasoning.
To
Who you cooking for?
Oh, bro, just pitching it in there?
Yes,
oh, man.
Let's check out this law she was about to talk about.
FATCA, which is a law that forces basically European banks to have to report back to the U.S. on U.S. citizens, and they will get heavily penalized if they don't. So we have a beautiful view of the city hall, and down here is our patio. When we were looking to buy our apartment and get a mortgage, out of 25 banks, only 3 banks would take a look at our application just for the simple fact that I was a U.S. citizen or even just getting a bank account. It's hard to pick a favorite thing, but right now it's the light, and I actually installed all the crystals by hand.
Oh, wow.
This is our bedroom. Very basic.
Get it done.
We pay a higher mortgage payment, but when we look at kind of our retirement picture and we want to be, it's nice to know that we're going to have a paid off apartment by the time that we retire. My daughter's room, it's a bit of a mess because she's 7, so it is what it is. Look at all these stuffed animals. I think I probably bought 1 or 2, and the rest have been gifts from her or mine or phone. So I grew up between Guayama, Puerto Rico and Rochester, New York. So as a kid, I was always very adventurous. I wanted to see the world. I've traveled all over the world with my job. I lived in Japan, South Korea, Germany, and done a lot of work projects in Australia, Southeast Asia, Africa. I've been very fortunate that my work has taken me to so many different places. I was deployed in Iraq in 2005. After being in a war zone and seeing how short life is, I decided to sell everything and use my GI Bill and go to graduate school in Belgium. That's how I spent 6 years here in Europe, what I call Europe 1.0. And right before I moved to Washington, D.C. in 2012, I met my husband, who is from Rotterdam, from the Netherlands. He was my 90-day fiance. I brought him back to the States.
Uh-oh.
So, hey,
Some of the struggles
love at
for
first
us in
sight for real.
DC obviously was the cost of living, as it kept on hiking up. Secondly is security, especially during the pandemic and post-pandemic, things got a bit more violent. I got fired from that job and I wasn't given a warning. The person didn't even turn on the camera. They were gonna give me a 2-week severance and she tried to take that away from me. So for me, that was like one of the tipping points of how you're treated. And also my husband felt the same. You know, he felt that you put so much time and you work for a company or you work for somebody and it's okay for people to treat you like that. My mother-in-law was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and that was kind of what gave us in to come back to Europe.
Hey, you think you ain't gonna go nowhere? That's why. They see how much dedication you put into a job, and then they be like, "Oh, you been here for this amount of time. I got playroom with you. I'm about to talk to you in type of way behind the desk." You know what I'm saying? So that's how they usually do that. But yeah, you gotta put your foot down.
Yes, it's sad
Got
that
to.
they think that you're replaceable. Your value isn't though.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm glad that she took her value with her
Mm-hmm.
and she's working for herself. This has been one of the most inspiring stories of moving abroad so far. Like just her journey as being in the military, being from Puerto Rico, you know, her family traveling back and forth, all the places that she has gone. I love this story.
Now I can see why she said what she said when she was talking about she got to deal with the traffic, people screaming back and forth. New York.
Washington, D.C. Oh, that's where she's from.
Yeah.
I think anybody that lives abroad, the most challenging part is being away from family. I'm very content with my life. Living in Belgium right now, you pay for the financial security in the sense that, are we going to become rich living here? Probably not, because of the high taxes. We pay around 55% in taxes, but it's nice to be able to have that kind of safety net. If you get laid off, if you lose work, you're able to make ends meet. And also security from a physical perspective. As a mother, especially with all the school shootings and stuff that I see in the States, I feel that my daughter is safer in the school environment here. So from those two perspectives, I definitely feel safer. Overall, we're really happy that we moved back to Europe. To me, like seeing my daughter grow up with so much culture around her, being able to give that lifestyle to my daughter is worth, you know, all the sacrifices that we make.
Hey.
Cool.
All right, y'all, we're going to separate that. Make sure you guys go check her out. But that's what that's about, man. Moving abroad, making sure that she can maintain it. Again, people do move abroad believing life is going to blow up for them.
Yeah.
Because of the value of the dollar. It changes so dramatically. But when you get there, like she said, them taxes going to eat them pockets.
Not really in Europe. Europe seems like it's the same amount because her monthly expenses it's about the same as ours.
Yeah, $700 on groceries. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for a 3 household though, like just 3 people.
Oh, okay.
That's different.
That's high
and
a little bit.
her walking distance to get groceries is literally, she said she cooks every single day. So not, you know, maybe she do eat out time to time with her family, but
she's a food creator.
Most people in the States work so much that they have to eat out.
Yeah.
They don't have time to come back and cook. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's another discussion though.
It is. I think a con for me there would be the taxes. Like,
the taxes.
Anytime somebody hear taxes, anytime somebody say taxes, I just feel dread. Listen, taxes about to come up.
Hey.
All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.